You've got the holy trinity on your nightstand: Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Intelligent Investor, Atomic Habits. Your digital library is absolutely flexing. You look at those titles and feel an instant surge of intellectual superiority. In your head, you're already walking among the titans. But let's cut the crap for a second. Look at your net worth. Why is it still doing its best impression of a flat line? What am I missing here? Let's look at the data. For the vast majority of top-selling wealth and self-help books, that means they never make it past chapter 2. Look at your own library. Your ego loves buying them because of a psychological phenomenon called the substitution effect. When you buy a book on real estate or trading rules, you spent $20 to purchase the feeling of progress. It is a biological scam orchestrated by your own neurobiology. You feel like a titan while your bank account is flatlining in the dark. Am I a builder, or am I just a consumer wearing a builder's hat? Welcome to the knowledge illusion trap, a loop where learning becomes the ultimate form of procrastination. You tell yourself you are getting ready, but getting ready is a drug, and you are an addict. You buy another book to fix the failure of the last book, an endless chain of synthetic progress. Meanwhile, your actual workstation gathers dust. Your software licenses expire, your business ideas rot. Because reading about wealth requires zero metabolic energy, but launching requires blood. It requires the terrifying discomfort of putting your name on a product and letting the market judge you. To break the matrix, we must dissect the cold, brutal neuroscience of your brain's evolutionary laziness. Your brain accounts for only 2% of your body weight, but it burns 20% of your metabolic energy. It is evolutionary code. Minimize caloric spend at all costs to survive the winter. Reading a book on wealth tricks the brain's survival directive. It gets the reward without spending the hunting calories. In behavioral science, this is called deceptive fluency, a concept proven by neuroscientist Dr. Barbara Oakley. Her research proved that when you read text over and over or highlight it with yellow markers, your brain activates the neural networks for recognition, not understanding. You mistake the ease of rereading with the actual mastery of the material. If I close this book right now, could I re-architect this entire framework from memory? The illusion shatters when you meet the reward prediction error framework. Discovered by neuroscientist Wolfram Schultz, dopamine spikes during the anticipation of the reward, not the reward itself. Opening a fresh get-rich book sends your dopamine to the absolute moon. Your brain experiences the climax before the execution even begins. But the second you close the book and try to build the actual landing page, the dopamine drops off a cliff. Because actual execution is boring, it is tedious, it requires cognitive friction. You enter the self-help loop of doom, a highly educated, broke consumer funding someone else's vacation. How many authors have I made rich while my own net worth sits at absolute zero? The market is a cold, unfeeling machine. It doesn't pay you for your reading list, it only liquidates theory. If you don't weaponize a structural system to convert data into capital immediately, you are committing intellectual suicide. System 1. The 10-page active processing rule. You are strictly banned from reading massive blocks of pages. Your absolute limit is 10 pages per day. But those 10 pages will require maximum metabolic effort. You do not consume text. You interrogate it like a hostile witness. You open a physical ledger, not an app, not a digital notepad, a raw, physical book of record. Extract exactly 3 core structural mechanics. How does the economic engine of this model function? Find 2 direct contradictions. Where does this advise flatline in a real market storm? Isolate 1 immediate action item that can be coded, launched, or backtested within 24 hours. System 2. The Feynman transmutation, the absolute filter for intellectual vanity. Lock the book away. Stand in front of your imaginary audience. Explain the financial concept to a 10-year-old child. If you start hiding behind corporate buzzwords like synergy or asymmetrical leverage, the test is failed. Your brain is just memorizing sounds. Erase the board. Go back to the physical ledger and force simplicity until the data becomes mechanical. System 3. The 1-to-1 execution ratio, the non-negotiable iron law of the disciplined mind. For every single hour you spend absorbing data, you must match it with exactly 1 hour of raw, sweating, real-world implementation. You read copywriting for an hour? Shut the book and write 10 actual ads. You read trading rules for an hour. Open the live charts and backtest until your eyes bleed. If your absorption exceeds your execution by a single minute, the scale snaps. You are no longer building capital. You are a professional dreamer funding someone else's empire. Look at the top 5% of capital wealth creators. They don't possess massive secret libraries. They possess extreme aggressive execution structures. They would rather weaponize one page 10 times than read 100 books and change absolute zero. Break the illusion today. The book is closed. The matrix is shattered. Open your workstation. Master your mind. Master your wealth. If you are ready to stop collecting information and start constructing a capital empire, hit the subscribe button right now. Join our circle of disciplined minds. Get to work.